I think it's important for creators to consider the user journey because they're like chapters in the story. Often like user journeys, can be from sort of A to B and you need to do all these steps in between. But I like to think of those as sort of what can you make that makes that more compelling, that journey. Little details that add something that's going to connect with the user. Yeah, some examples of great storytelling that I can think of. The Jay-Z being Maps, which just maps out his book as a launch of his book. And they took parts of the book and put it in the location of where that part of the story in the book was based. So they put a pool table covering a bar that he used to go to and the D&AD hotel in Miami, and they put part of the story in the bottom of the swimming pool. It was just, for me, that example is like a sort of masterclass of sort of starting to use time and place, like physical objects and parts of the story from the book. And then the sort of really clever piece that overlaid it was using Bing Maps to sort of start to let you know and unlock where those parts of the story were around the world. It was just such a beautiful way to use storytelling and connecting through digital, but not using digital as the end destination. The actual physical location was the end destination of the story. So it was just a really clever way to use the journey and digital and storytelling all in one campaign. So another example of great user experience would be Apple. You can't but admire the way that every piece of the journey is thought about. So, it's the consideration of sort of like the packaging that the product goes in, the product design itself, the software, the way that they've sort of made it easier and easier to sort of, turn on and switch on a new piece of technology and then connect to that. And the way that, media connects to it, and you go in their stores and everything in the stores is considered, like the table, the wood, the fact that they put the technology of the till system into the mobile devices. So, they sort of eliminated queuing in shops, which is something that everyone's frustrated with. So the sort of, you look at how they think as an organization and how they bring marketing and product design together and then deliver that as one experience. It is really phenomenal. And then something, really exciting like Secret Cinema, where you're dropped off to a location, you don't know where it is, and all of a sudden you're immersed into this whole world of that film. One of the ones that I heard about that just sounded fantastic, I wish I'd gone to, was Blade Runner in the docks of East London. And when you got there, you were on almost the set of Blade Runner. So there was all the characters dressed up, there were shops, real shops that you could go in, there was bars, and you just wander through this world. So it's almost like you've been placed in the film itself. And then you get to sort of watch Blade Runner, the film, in a location with everyone. So I think that whole idea of taking someone and placing them in the story, and then every step of the way there's touch points within the film, and the characters of the film are there, and it must be that real suspension of disbelief that you feel like you're there in the moment.